things I'm hearing parents talking about as I'm listening in on various sessions is they really want their kids to be resilient. So to make it through this period of time that is so challenging and bounce back. And so I'd love us to chat just a little bit about what your concept and what you're learning and parents are telling you about resilience. I love the framework both of the Alberta Family Wellness Initiative, and people can look that up, AFWI, and they think about resilience as not something that you're born with. There isn't a gene for resilience, but rather that life sets you almost, if you can imagine a teeter-totter with the middle bar or the middle section, the fulcrum. If life is good, then you've got a nice balance between all of the positives happening in your life and not too many negative things happening. But then when something like COVID-19 comes in and your parents are really stressed and you're worried and you can't see your friends, then that fulcrum, that middle bit moves down, and you've got more weight going on the side that says, oh, things might turn out so well. And so what the science is telling us is that as that fulcrum changes in one direction, we as parents, as grandparents, as aunties and uncles have the ability to shift it back so that you're back again in equilibrium, or even the teeter-totter goes up and the kids are absolutely thriving. And you know, some of the things that can help with that teeter-totter is having lots of positive relationships, having structure in the day, knowing the impact of your behavior on others, having a real sense that I have hope for the future. Things are going to get better. All of those things are the things, it's the everyday magic that help people develop this resilience. And that's what I think parents and grandparents and all of the community need to recognize, that they contribute and make a difference to the kids' ability to bounce back from these challenges.
Yeah. Oh, I'm resonating with so much of what you said. And in terms of what parents are sharing with me, a lot are sharing concrete examples of kids being able to cope with things that the parents had no idea they'd be able to cope with, and being pleasantly surprised. But I think the point that I have figured out over the years, and from talking to parents, from thinking about some of the science, from listening to people like Eugene, is that the relationships piece. I mean, resiliency is not a solo act. It's something you do with a supporting cast. And I guess right now we all have the opportunity to look for opportunities to be co-stars in the lives of parents and kids who are maybe having a really hard time right now. And I think also the idea of building up this capacity over time. I mean, nobody's born with resiliency as a superpower. It's something you learn and develop and build on over time. And one thing I find really helpful in my own life is taking stock of other times when I've had a really hard time and thinking to myself, what allowed me to be resilient? Almost always it's reaching out to other people for support. So when we had our house fire, believe it or not, I found other people in my life who'd had a house fire and who had come through the other side. They were able to encourage me that, yes, you will live through this nightmare, and yes, you will come out the other side, and here are some practical things we learned along the way. So to me, resiliency is all about relationships and being brave enough to reach out to other people for support.
Yeah, well, and that reaching out to other people for support, that action oriented of having a sense of control, I think is something that parents can think about as well, as their little ones or their teens are worrying about, well, I'm not going to have a grad. How am I going to bounce back from not having my grad? And then you can say, well, what can you have that's like that? How can you connect virtually and have your dance and connect it, and you're gathering virtually or 6 feet apart? So a sense of control is what I'm also picking up. And that's that relationships, creating that sense of control. I think parents can help their kids manage in these challenging times to be resilient in that way.
I totally agree. And thanks so much for sharing all that wisdom, Jean.